What's up, my loves? This your girl Diamond. I'm back with an all new episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Sorry it's late. Had some things to take care of. Still getting taken care of. Got to catch up on some videos and stuff. But we're gonna get into it as we get into it. Um. So this was a really interesting episode for me, and it definitely infuriated me towards the end. Well, not the entire episode, but leading towards the trip. I'm gonna get to it. So Mia is packing for the trip, and this is her and G's first trip in a year because they haven't had a trip since mid 2020, pandemic wise. So they're looking forward to it, but G doesn't really want to be around other couples that he doesn't know, and he doesn't want to be sitting around their problems. He wants to be with him with his wife. And Mia was like, okay, you wait till you get there. It'll be a good time. And she's also leaving her kids with her mom for the first time, even though she's trying to rebuild her relationship with her mother by herself so they can have something. Of course, she wants her kids to feel comfortable around their grandma. You know, we're still building, but you guys should still have a close bond with her. And I understand all that. I understand all that completely. Because this is a big step for her to trust a mother who she hasn't seen and not seen, who wasn't there for her when she was a kid, who did not raise her, and how she has such a close dependent relationship with her sister and her kids. She wants the same thing. So I'm not really upset with that. And then she tells him about it might be some tension between her and Candace because about the low budget comment and the conversation she had with her mother. G doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care because he feels like that's y'all business, y'all problems, nothing to do with me. And um Mia says, you know, if Candace wants to move forward, she'll move forward. But if she wants to be in high school, we can stay in high school. Again, I said this since it happened. Mia wasn't being messy, she was being nosy. And her mother opened that door. Miss Dot, Mama Dot opened that door to talk about her daughter's business to anybody who would listen. Mia was engaging, yes, but the main culprit is your mother. Your mother was too eager, knowing that she was on camera, to talk about your business. So Candace having an outside conversation with Chris. Obviously, she's noticing he's drinking. It's about 4:20 in the afternoon. Hey, happy hour. I always got to comment on him drinking. Well, you stressing him out with trying to get everything done for you. They're talking about the editing for her video. They're gonna get the chance so she can oversee it, make sure it's all good. Cause she's trying to plan for a distribution deal. Cause she wants to be able to be an artist that makes her music, makes the type of music she wants, has control of what she wants, and that's her journey. Everything is on the line for this. Everything's put on the line. So there's no backup plan. And I'm all for that, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. Then she talks about what happened at Giselle and Robin's podcast event on how when she came in, it was already like crazy. So then they put her up on game, informed her about what happened at her video shoot when they thought that Mia wasn't really wrong for talking to her mother about whether Chris is getting paid or not. Again, Chris is like, who gives a shit? That's not their business. And when she said that her video was low budget, Candace said, well, your mama's low budget. Chris was like, oh my God. Yeah, I went there. And then it got crazy. I wonder why. Why it went crazy. So then it led to her saying, I think Mia feels intimidated. I think Mia feels intimidated by people. So then for her to, no, I'm messing up. She said Mia thinks that people are intimidated by her. So she's projecting her immaturity and her imitation off of other people based off of what she's feeling. A part of me doesn't see it that way. And I don't know why Candace is going that far. To me, I just looked at Mia does, tend to talk about the boss thing, to talk about how much money she has, what she does is very like pedestal type of way. But based on where she came from, I think she doesn't want to be reminded of that. And I can't fault her for not wanting to, but it's no reason to shame her for it. You know what I'm saying? And then she said, who want to be intimidated by a size 14 foot? Candace, I understand you don't like her. I understand that what she did with your mother wasn't wrong, wasn't right. I get all that, but the reads that you was giving her did not send me. I'm not exalting Mia at all, but the advice that Mia was doing, she was looking at it from her. She was looking at it from her point of view because mixing business with pleasure, having your husband your manager, can cause some strife into your marriage, can cause some strife to your relationship. So think clearly and long about not wanting to place it all on the line that you are in a business transaction with your husband that can instantly hurt you in the long run. That's all it was. The advice that Mia gave wasn't wrong. The way that she did it, yes, but her advice wasn't wrong. And yeah. And then of course talking about her botched butt, her leaky booty, her botched lips, her fixed broken clitoris and shit. Like girl, stop it. I was like, okay, Candace. Even though Mia has no problem admitting the surgery that she admitted, that's Candace's MO. Talk about the things that she don't like about you. She will go below the belt. And the couples trip, you know what I'm saying? And all the husbands are going, and Chris asks, "Is Drake coming?" Because it was a hidden scene that we didn't see. That Askell and Candace had a double date with their husbands last week. Really cute, really nice. So they're getting along. And of course, it's all about, at least I'm not the loudest one in the group, huh? Then they talk about Michael. Michael being the loud, rambunctious one. Anyway, moving on. Ashley, no, Robin. Robin's in her town home cleaning. Ashley comes by with baby Dean just to check on her, see how she's doing. They left their candles, so Robin makes sure that Ashley got hers. And she wanted to know, how's it going with the moving. Because Ashley likes her town home. Because, Ashley's definitely getting cramped in her penthouse. She has 2 kids with a whole lot of toys piling back and forth. She needs a bigger space. Robin said they're supposed to be moving in 2 months, because obviously they've outgrown this place. They need some more space. They need one things that they want. I'm like, all right, Robin, do you. Ashley felt like when Candace came in, she came in on the word pad. Literally, Candace came in just now getting into the situation. When she got caught up, she knew what to do. And the whole thing about the low budget comment towards Mia. Robin said, I think that was a little bit wrong on Candace's point to talk about Mia's mother when she doesn't know anything about Mia's mother. She said, oh, what's wrong with her mother? Well, since she didn't know, her mother's a recovering drug addict. She's like, oh, wow. So Robin said in her confessional, the comment that Candace said to me was really hurtful. But I believe that Candace is reacting to that based off the criticism that she got from her mother. You know what I'm saying? How her mom pays for everything, her mom's paying the bill, everything that she's doing for her, and Candace is just a spoiled brat. So now, since Candace has been on the defense of defending her mother all the time, she will go below the belt to talk about somebody else's mother who she does not know anything about. And Robin just wants Candace to be careful, because you don't want to end up saying things that you can't take back. Too late. So, Ashley asked Robin what she's going to go to the event, what she's going to go to the trip, because Ashley was looking forward to the trip. Maybe you guys can figure out a way to get back into good terms. Then Robin was like, Wendy is an asshole. If you don't agree with her, then you're on the wrong side. I can't talk to her because she's so this and so that. I'm like, Robin, good night. Then Giselle sent a text message to the group about not wanting to go to Wendy's event or Wendy's trip because she doesn't feel welcome. She doesn't want to go to an event where she's not welcome. It feels shady. The invite was shady. I was looking at the television screen. I'm like, Giselle, can we talk about how when you wanted to get to know Mia more, you put down that text message is don't invite Karen? That's shady. And again, like I said last video, was I reaching with the whole reasonably shady podcast event? Was that just the context of what the reasonably shady podcast was? Or was that indeed a shady text sent to a certain someone? Now I'm convinced it was a shady text against someone, because in the beginning of that episode, you led that text sending towards Wendy and Karen, how you did not trust them to be in your house, let alone use your bathroom. Nobody want to dig in your construction site. Nobody don't want to go in your construction site, Giselle. So for Giselle to sit in her chair while Cal is fixing up her roots, dried roots is that, about not being invited because she didn't feel welcome. You don't make nobody else feel welcome, Giselle. You are constantly sending a shady ass text, constantly inputting shady words against someone. So the fact that you thought that, well, Wendy was being shady towards you because y'all being shady towards her. So get back with you get back with the comeback. I don't understand why you upset. You have been the queen of sending out shady invites. So fuck you, Giselle. So then Robin's text message was, thank you for enjoying the podcast. See you next trip. Ashley was looking forward to her friends coming along. But since they not coming along, she's like, who the hell am I gonna hang out with? Because knowing for a fact that her and Candace don't get along, I don't know what's up with Wendy. Her and Karen might be the only one that's gonna talk because Askell probably don't see it for Ashley either. So and Mia, you know what I'm saying? Ashley doesn't seem to have a feel of a good solid standing with these ladies. Not as much as we think. So either way, they gonna come anyway. They need to check. I'm done. Wendy and Eddie is packing for the trip, and she sent a very peaceful, calming text about, "Hey, come join us for light vibes, good having fun conversations. And if you don't want to come, that's fine. If you do, all is welcome." So that was Zen win in that moment, and talking about who was gonna go because this is all like coinciding with one another. Yeah, the whole thing about Robin trying to make Wendy out to be the aggressive one, making her out to be the asshole. Can we not? Do you not know where that attitude came from, Robin and Giselle? It came from you poking in, making an accusation about her husband. That's why Wendy is on eggs. Is on edge every time she sees you guys because you guys don't take accountability with what you guys do. But you want her talking about she's down in my relationship. She can always talk about Robin. Everybody's been down in your relationship. Can we not? Do we not remember when you and Giselle pulled up to Ashley's restaurant to come at her for telling her, why you telling my business about me and my husband? Me and my husband, financial words, financial shit. Well, it's been all over the news and the internet and stuff like that. Y'all wanted to came in on 2-on-1 to bully her and bulldoze her for talking about your relationship. Robin, I'm confused. How are you at that point so upset to what was being said about your relationship? And now you coming into this, flipping it as if Wendy wronged you out of nothing. No, she called your ass out because you was jumping in shit that had nothing to do with you. So you got in the crossfire and you got hit. Good night, Robin. I'm not doing this with you. Good night. Good night. And Michael isn't coming. We know why Michael isn't coming. He got issues with the bad sex. They got issues with him too. He's a creepy ass man, so he's staying home with the kids, away from the cameras, away from anything else. So now I'm done. That ain't gonna change, so he ain't going. Karen, she excited about the cousins. What the hell is that, Ray? Excited about the couples trip. Ray is gonna be there the next day. Ashley and her are riding together. Michael's coming. She hasn't heard if Juan is coming. And based off of how, Robin has no problem thumbing herself in Williamsburg, she's good at pleasuring herself. She'll need Juan to come. Oh, hi, Karen. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. And Ashley bought a picture frame of all of her kids and Michael together. Where the hell is that can go? You are not gonna hang that up in this house. The house is gorgeous. Has a great view of the lake, crystal clear waters. The house is beautiful. Good job, Wendy. It's a 7-bedroom house. Ain't nobody else living in the servants' quarters. Hello, one roof. Everybody else comes in. Me and G. They come in. The house is gorgeous. He said, "Where's the valet?" Because I'm not carrying shit. I didn't find nothing wrong with them saying that. I really did because wasn't it Williamsburg in the main house? Candace had a chef and she had someone to pull up their bags. While Cottage, they had to carry their own shit up the stairs. So I wasn't really that tweaked or that upset when Mia and G was like, valet, valet. And he even brought it more into the house when he said, okay, who's the valet? Oh, I'm sorry, the valet's off today. Oh, okay, so who's going to take my shit? You gonna take it? It was a funny moment for me. He all talking about I like my underwear folded in a certain way. They all laughed. They didn't take offense to it. And she said, you know what? G is a character, okay? At home, he's a teddy bear, but when he's out, he is G and he lets loose. So they take a shot of Grey Goose. Wendy was like, it's so strong. And Mia told her that when she met G and he says you can't hang with the big dogs, go hang out the porch. I kept on saying, make sure you guys eat after taking those shots. Make sure you guys eat. So obviously, she's still a little bit nervous about leaving the kids. And Wendy was like, why would you be nervous about that? Well, I haven't told you, but me and my mom are rebuilding our relationship. She wasn't there. I was taken away from her. I was in foster care. And she's a recovering drug addict. So you can't fault me for being a little bit nervous. So the fact that Wendy felt Mia was comfortable to share that with her, it had her think about the comment that Candace made. And she's like, ooh, now Candace, you did go too far with saying that, even though you didn't know. You still went too far for saying it. And she asked, did it strike a chord? Hurt you? She said, when I heard it, all I thought was Kansas spoiled brat, which she is. Because she said, I would never call anybody a name. I would never call anyone's mother a name. Karen, she's in the car with Ashley. Ashley's breast pumping, and they're talking about Karen's wedding. And she's playing all by herself, and she's inviting everybody because Karen wants to be known. I am sticking true to my word. I am the one making sure that I am moving forward with all these ladies. I just wanted to be known and address that everybody takes accountability for their actions. That's all I want. She's wondering if Giselle and Rob is coming. She doesn't know. And we get like a quick scene. Robin is cutting her son's toenails, and Giselle's picking up trash with her boot on. Wendy! So wondering will Giselle and Robin are asked. She said, listen, I told them they're still welcome to come. If they're not, we are good. Because we are in GVO vibes. Good vibes only. Candace and Chris arrive. And she's singing, hello, we have arrived. And then she points to me and said, where they're at. They're in the kitchen. And Candace immediately, already on edge, already have an attitude, talking about here comes Jolly Green Giant, stomping her big old feet, cracking the foundation in this house, but I'm gonna be nice. It really wasn't necessary. I'm like, Mia smiled at you. Why are you? Okay. Okay. Yep, GVO vibes. And obviously Mia felt it because she's like, listen, I hope her husband keep her in line because I am trying to have a good time this weekend. And maybe because she's all stressed out, she needs to get some. Maybe she'll be in a better mood. So it was said that, am I there? Yes, I'm there. So G says he is a stripper connoisseur. They was like, what is that? Oh, that's where he found me. Candace, we know. And his face was like, girl, why you say? And Wendy's face was like, girl, why'd you say that? No, man, don't do that. This is good vibes only. And he said, well, listen, after I met her, I found no interest in going. No interest in going. But Mia likes to go from time to time. And she probably likes to see him with other women. She probably likes dibbling down with other women as well. And he said, pick one, she'd be like, pick one, pick one, pick one. He said, there's nothing better. But then, I go along with her when she wants to go. And Candace, why would you go to the strip club when you permanently brought the stripper into your home? Why would you do that? So obviously, she has her type, he has his type, and his type is he likes white girls. Candace, Wendy, Eddie, and Chris. You like white girls? No, I like chocolate. I like my women black. Okay. It's a preference. It's a preference. I ain't got nothing wrong with it. It is a preference. You know what I'm saying? It's a straight preference. I want to go to strip club with my husband. I ain't got no issues with it whatsoever. And yeah. Yeah, everybody was shocked and hearing it, but they were all laughing. They were all engaging, taking shots back and forth. G was cutting loose, and it was a comedy to me. So yeah, everybody's face on how G's acting, and Winnie said she doesn't want to judge anybody about their wedding traditions and their relationships. She don't want to judge nobody because she is a host. She doesn't want to do that. And Mia said, G is a character. You know what I'm saying? He is 68 years old. These young people need to take notes. So G is like, humping the air, doing this long impression with his hand to show how, his big, his strong is. Candace asked him, does it work? Mia said, it still works. It still works. Now, I found it funny, and I don't know if this was karma. I don't know if this was like how it was appropriate. It was inappropriate for Mia to ask your mother, is Chris getting paid? I don't know if this was the moment that you wanted to ask an inappropriate question as well as to why you're asking her husband, does his plumbing still work? Either way, it could be 2 and 2. It could be, since you want to ask this inappropriate question to my mother, I can ask this inappropriate question to your husband. But either way, it's still talking about someone else's husband. You're talking about if her husband's plumbing still work versus Mia asking, does your husband get paid? Vice versa, you know what I'm saying? It could be good or bad. It could be right or wrong, but both were inappropriate questions to ask Candace. That's all I wanted to be addressed. And he's like, is the Pope Catholic? Does a bear shit in the woods? Is a pig ass pork? He said all that shit. So as Skella and her husband, they come in. As soon as they come in the kitchen, G was like, "Who the hell is that?" And she said, "That's Eskel. Hi, Eskel. I heard so much about you. How you doing?" Met her husband. He said, "You a big motherfucker." When he said it, I died laughing. So they try to keep them up to speed. They taking shots after shots after shots after shots. They all laughing, having a good time. But Wendy told them to pick out their rooms, right? So they pick out their rooms. Candace and Escale go upstairs, and everybody's down downstairs enjoying lunch. G's outside enjoying the scenery. And there was like, get his ass some water, because he is cutting up a rug tonight. And he comes in and he has a phone call from Mia. He said, "Here, for you." It's like, "What is it?" "Y'all, hear this, hear this." It's a customer sales rep. No, not a customer sales rep. The sales representative. And he's basically letting her know about this custom G-Wagon deal that G put up, that G set up for her. "Wendy, come on, custom G-Wagon." And it's a back and forth commotion as to, he's trying to talk, she's trying to talk, and he's trying to talk. And he's like, "Listen, wait, listen. There aren't that many chances. I tell you to shut the fuck up." She's like, "Okay." Mia wasn't phased. And then Wendy, did he just tell her to shut the fuck up? Listen, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but what is happening? If he can say this right here in front of us, what happens behind closed doors? So they have a wedding anniversary coming up. They will be 8 years married, and he wants something special for her. So he figured a way of doing something really special, which is have her customize her own G-Wagon. I thought that was really nice, really special. A part of me was like, I don't know if that was really like a weird transition for him to put that phone call, but I think he just felt so damn comfortable, and he was drunk as hell. He's like, "Listen, we all talking about marriages and shit. Y'all might as well be on this conversation about how I got my wife a customized G-Wagon. Go ahead, listen." Like, I don't think he felt like it was a secret to do, and I don't think he felt like it was showboat. I think he was like, "Listen, I got my girl a G-Wagon," and I don't know. Let me know. Like, was that weird? Was that a wrong place? Was that showboating? Was that just like him just being super comfortable already? And he felt like, "I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all in. I got her a customized G-Wagon." Let me know. So after that, Candace pulls Askell away. They go upstairs and have a conversation. And she's telling her, "I was trying to keep you away because I want you to see what's happening. Listen, G is on 27 and he is like up there and Mia is right behind him." And she's automatically comparing the behavior of G to Michael. And she said, "There are these older men, they've already been through the monogamy, the kids, the wife, and they don't want that life anymore. They just want to do all this." A part of me is sitting here like, how are y'all automatically having this type of conversation after meeting somebody for 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying? I mean, G wasn't rude. He wasn't disrespectful. I mean, yes, he was a little bit cringy. He's drunk. He's, enjoying himself, right? But making people a little awkward, right? But was it to the point that you had to go upstairs and talk to Escale about someone else's husband that you just met? Was it really that appropriate for you to do, Candace, and Escale, you listening to it as well? I don't know. A part of me felt like, how you gonna have so much to say about someone else's husband that you just met? Granted, G's behavior is like Michael. Creepy, weird old ass man, just saying what he wants to say, not caring it, thinking it's all funny, it's creepy as hell. I understand all that. But you're reading a whole lot about someone you just met, and y'all were downstairs laughing with him, taking shots. It was probably laughing out of awkwardness, but y'all was still having a good time. So I don't know why you're doing this right now. Wendy walking in and said, "What you talking about?" "Oh, Captain Save a Hoe." Askell. Askell. Listen, I understand that you put me in her place last episode because she was chiming in about saying something about Kansas video, which I understand, but I felt like you were hopping in too much and in Candace's, beef. Like I said last episode, y'all are feeling way too much about Candace's irritation, which I understand, but I feel like it don't need to be this big of a deal. Not to me, it don't. Because they're saying, "I just wanted to, have the a good time." And G asked Chris, "Can I get a loan? Because white guys have best interest rates." I'm like, oh shit, G, that was funny. And Kenneth said, "Tell your husband, tell Mia that her husband get some water because he's cutting up." Because she just wants to go left. But again, Wendy said, "I think it's already going left because He told her to shut the fuck up. He did. He did. Oh no, that's not good. Maybe there's something going on in their home life. Something wrong with that. Listen, everybody else's dynamic is different, okay? Everybody has those couples that tends to cut a rug, act up, act a little goofy, act a little funny, act a little strange. Everybody got friends like that. Everybody sees some folks who behave a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has a picture perfect relationship. Not like you, Candace, okay? So the fact that they're reading so much into how they are at home versus then how they are right here, is it the same thing? Well, either way, that is Mia's problem and that is not yours. And it's not your place for you to think that something else is wrong and how you're so comfortable with talking about someone else's husband like this. And Wendy, you're sitting here listening to this shit and co-signing it. Granted, what G said to his wife was fucked up. He shouldn't have told her there aren't that many chances. I told you to shut the fuck up, but that's not my problem. That's their relationship. Who am I? I have this type of banter with my husband too. You know what I'm saying? We back at each other, we curse each other out, all that shit, but we know we don't mean nothing by it. But if we are in other couples who doesn't know how we are, it could be perceived as something wrong, but it's not. All you gotta do is just ask. They say, y'all okay? Oh yeah, we have to have banter all the time. It's nothing serious. But just get to know us and then you'll see how comfortable it is when it comes to that. That's all it was. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. So, because Candace is in the confession talking about there's a huge age gap between me and G. It's a father-daughter relationship. When she said that, I'm like, okay, Candace. But and you know what I'm saying, the relationship, the background that me came from, her father wasn't there, her mother wasn't there, so she obviously isn't has some abandonment issues. So she tagged on to someone who fits the mold of where her abandonment issues lies, and she married it. Okay, but let's not act like your age gap between you and Chris isn't far. Okay, you guys are 8 years apart from each other. Kenneth, you're 30, you're what, 34, 33, and Chris is approaching his mid 40s, late 50s. I have no idea, but either way, you know what I'm saying, you are in no position to talk about the age gap between someone else when you're in a 10-year age gap with your husband. Okay, Candace. Okay, I'm done. So it says it's giving daddy daughter vibes, is a red flag. Not your position, not your place to be complaining about. That's her shit, not yours. Mia walking around saying, what y'all doing? Y'all talking shit? No, we was talking about you. And oh, before she said that, she talked to G and said, let me go ahead and find a room because I'm gonna get some good sex for getting me a G Wagon. I'm like, hey, I'm not mad at that. He got me a G Wagon, I'm gonna give him a little piece of this. You know what I'm saying? He'll buy me more shit. So, G Candace, again, you know what I'm saying? She talking about Mia and saying where she came from, she found herself a high roller. I don't like how Candace is constantly going towards Mia's past by being a stripper, pretty much saying she fucked her way to the top and she found the highest bidder. I'm not liking that, and it's uncouth of Candace to say that about somebody, regardless if she doesn't like her, regardless if what she said to her about her video being low budget, that still should not have her go to that place. That was still wrong of her, to me. So she said, y'all talking shit? And then Askel said, did your husband ever tell you shut the fuck up? Probably. You okay? Yeah, we talk about shit like that all the time. It's so good. Candace, I don't think you're in Miss Company. I mean, me and Chris say shit like that all the time, but not in Miss Company. Candace, we have you on camera saying to Chris, if you don't fix your face, I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out. And then you get in the car and say, why are you doing this? I'm really trying hard to cuss you the fuck out right now. Candace, you're no exemption of you talking to your husband crazy, whether it's in person, on camera, in front of everybody. You belittle your husband as well. So you are not in no position to be in your pedestal telling someone else how they should be talked about by their husband or their spouse when you demean your husband the exact same way. Mia's not hearing it. She's like, all right, what else y'all talking about? Well, to me, I told him I want it to be a positive energy. I want us to, work some things out. And since you expressed to me about you and your mother, it made me think about what was said. Say, what that do with me? The comment that you made about her mother. I was responding to the comments that you said to my mother, asking who's in charge here, who's on payroll. And again, Candace, I understand all that. It was messy of me to ask those questions, but it should not warrant you to go down that path to talk bad about someone else's past and call her mother low budget when you don't know nothing about her. And Mia, again, she said, listen, I was coming in, I was conversing with your mother. I was connecting with her because I aspired to be like her someday, considering how she did to raise you. Well, my mother wasn't found in a strip club, but I'm like, oh my God, Candace. She was literally giving your mother props for raising a good daughter who was now pursuing her dreams. And all you heard was womp, womp, womp. You was found in a strip club, so you can't possibly be in a position to have a mother like mine because you found a strip club. The fuck, Candace, that wasn't necessary. And she said, sometimes read the room. Granted, it wasn't the right place for Mia to say that, but this still does not warrant you to go down the path that you are going to talk about her like this. That's still fucked up. You keep on commenting about how she was a stripper, commenting about how she fucked herself and got herself a rich ass man, how she was found on the curb. I do not like that, Candace. It to me, it's like you constantly talk down about women who obviously had no choice but to hustle and survive to get to where they're at, and you want to remind them, bitch, you was found on the street, bitch, you was found in a grocery store, bitch, you was found under a bridge. Like you feel like your pedigree and your stature is so much better, bitch. You still taking care of a man who ain't got no job. Okay. So obviously the whole CEO comment came from, and then she's saying, am I there? Yeah. And then trying to be congratulations and, trying to get grace, all that shit. Then as a CEO, I was trying to identify the problem. Askel screaming in the background. This is not a business meeting. This is a couple trip. This is supposed to be your friends. It's not our business. Good God. I was like, Askel, calm down. Why are you screaming? Why are you so upset? You're no. I didn't like that, Askill. Like I said, I like you. You are commenting on things that are right. You're not just keeping on being a friend and just hopping onto that friend. But I feel like you're now doing that with Candace, hopping in on her beef of what she has with Mia. Listen, Candace, this could have been a simple conversation had you just told Mia, listen, Mia, I'm not sure where you were at when you came and talked to my mother when I talked about the low budget comment, because I'm very passionate about my craft and I'm a new artist and everything I am paying is out of pocket. So of course it's not gonna be all glitz and glamour. It's what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So when you said that, that hurt me. If you had said that to Mia, she would be like, girl, I'm sorry. That was the wrong place for me to question, and that wasn't me to say low budget comment. I'm sorry. That could have been a simple conversation had you just told you how you felt, but you didn't. You took on the low budget comment, read it, spin it, made it bigger than what it was, and wanted to tear down Mia every chance you got, and that wasn't necessary. You took it more than what it needed to be. And you know what I'm saying? The whole thing about how I already said that part. And she said, listen, I know you made a lot of money with your strip club. I did. I made a whole lot of money. And G made it rain on you, though. He sure did. He sure made it rain. And so the whole thing about the whole love budget comment again. Oh, wait. Yeah, so the guys are downstairs. And Chris is saying, listen, why is it every time the guys are good and then our wives get into some shit and we be like, we got to be put into it? G said, listen, what they got is what they got. I am over here, has nothing to do with me. When she said the low budget comment about her mother, I said that was some funny ass shit. G don't give a damn. He don't give a damn about none of that. Nope. So Mia was trying to tell her take constructive criticism about the low budget comment. Mia, no. You're being shady, you're being messy, keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. I already said about how Askill screamed about how this is not a business meeting. Why are we yelling? Why are you yelling, Askill? Calm down. So Wendy was saying, are you okay? So I'm fine. And Candace, why are you checking on her? Well, because I know what it feels like to have two people gang up on you at one time. So I just wanted to be okay. Anybody ganging up on her? Because how was it that we ganged up on her, but when y'all ganged up on her, I came to her rescue? It flashback to Candace's sleepover at her old house when the whole thing, Mia Boss thing, who the fuck business and shit? And she said, okay, not gonna get solved tonight if y'all can come at her at once. Not gonna be cool. Which I understand. And she could sit here with her big ass feet calling my shit low budget. Why are you coming to my big ass feet? I like my big ass feet. God gave me these big ass feet. I felt like Mia was just unbothered with what Candace was throwing at her. She could have been drunk or don't give a shit because she's like, Candace, what you want? What you want? Okay. And then God made you basic. I'm like, Candace, stop it. Because all of this was unnecessary. So then her best friend calls. She's ignoring her. She said, "Listen, my bombshell friends that's understanding me. Listen, let's talk about my bombshell rich friends who understand me. I like these broke bitches." And she was directing that to Candace. So your mama's a broke bitch. Go ahead, Nightwalker. Go ahead, go get your dog on the way out. I'm like, see, Ken, that was not funny. That was very uncouth of you. That was very nasty of you. And you took it too far with the whole Nightwalker comment, the whole streetwalker, get your dog on the way out. That wasn't right for me. And Candace, no, Karen and Ashley finally arrived, and they're wondering what the hell's going on. So Wendy comes down and give room assignments. I thought that everybody else had a chance to pick their own rooms. But no, I think since everything was so tense upstairs, she wanted to, I don't know, clear it or make it better, or actually maybe throw shade back at Candace. So she yeah, she said every room is gifted with black owned products along with her own essential candles. I'm like, okay, Wendy, got your candles out, good for you. And room assignments. Since Karen and Ashley have finally arrived, she's given the cottage crew first dibs on the rooms. Karen and Askell, since we put in the service quarters by Candace on her first trip, y'all get first dibs. Ashley, since you did go through a lot to come here without your kids, you get third dibs. Mia, since you are trying to get into the group, you get the second, you get the pick of the room as well. Candace, you are last. And if Robin and Giselle wants to come, they take what's left. Candace, okay, it was Shay. I get it. It was Shay because it was Shay, Candace. Because how the hell you put them in the service quarters when you want to be with Mia, Robin, and Giselle? You want to be with them so badly, and you put Wendy in the service quarters, which I did not like. So Ashley said, are you okay? She talks to Mia because it was some eyes, it was some snarls, and she asked Mia, are you okay? She said, oh, I'm fine. She's just mean. She was just so mean. Candace, I can hear you talking about me. What you trying to say? Invite me to the conversation. You said I'm what? I'm mean? Yes, you're mean. If you want to come over here, come over here. You're mean. It's like, okay, listen. No. She needs to know. She needs to know. And that scale piping in. Okay, so what you saying about calling us broke bitches? Now, Askel, if you know you're not broke, I don't know why you're being offended by it. Because you had to check Mia about, are you on a company? I ain't you know 10 companies. Since you know where you at, this shouldn't affect you. Why are you getting so bothered by it? Candace, again, wants to say, listen. I feel like you need therapy. Because you're constantly reminding people how much you make and how much you do. And I said, that's fine. I am proud to say that, black woman. I am proud to say how much money I have. And well, first of all, you just got here and you just barely made it in. She said, I don't need to make it in nowhere, honey. I made it. I ain't got time for this shit. Well, since you're dealing with high rollers and and she's like, okay, well, and she said, don't put your finger in my face. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Don't do that. Don't do that. So I ain't gonna give a shit. Make it nowhere. So then she said, listen, she's a child. I'm gonna go. I have no issues with you. Then she said, where is your pimp? Where is your pimp? I'm like, oh my God, Candace. I don't like how she is constantly putting down where Mia had to do to get to where she's at. Candace, everybody don't have a squeaky clean environment or a stable environment where they can get what they want without asking. Lots of folks tend to do what they have to do to survive, okay? You saying the same thing about Ashley and the same thing about Mia. I have no problem with Mia being a stripper and she pretty much fucked her way to the top. I ain't got no issues with that, you know what I'm saying? At least she's, she has a company. She has a business. And she also is smart. You know what I'm saying? She has education. So the fact that you feel like, how the hell could this slum get to where she at? Oh, by laying on her backs? Candace, the fact that you are going this route to talk about somebody is very nasty of you. Very nasty. And you're supposed to be in education. You're supposed to be an uplifter of black women. I don't see you uplifting anybody. You're talking down on them. Like I said, the low budget comment that Mia made, it should not have warranted. It should have been as big as it was that you made out to be. So they said, you need somebody to tell you what you need to do, tell you put you in your place. Go get your pimp. Where your pimp at? Mia, pimp, where you at? Your hoe's here. Your hoe has motherfucking arrived. G is over there falling asleep because he is drunk, don't know where he's at. So then she said, and then of course, you need to eat. If you want to come in, you should learn how to finish. I'm like, Candace, this is too much for me. And then you need some lettuce. Here you go. Here's some lettuce for you. So we're like, oh no. Here come Wendy screaming like a banshee. And then the whole, listen, you're being disrespectful. You need to grow up. No, you call my shit low budget. Because it was low budget. Your mama's low budget. Again, calling her mom low budget again. And Karen coming in and saying, no, we're not going to do that. You don't know her mother. I don't give a damn. Fuck you, Mia. Fuck you, Candace. She said, relax, relax. Ashley's in the back. Relax, relax. You don't know her story. You don't know her story. Yes, I do. I spend time with her. I know her more than you do. So then, again, the low budget comment, and then again about her mother being low budget. Mia hurls a full salad full of lettuce at Candace. And she said, watch yourself. You're disrespectful. Watch yourself. And that was it. Wendy, ah. And that was the end of the episode.